Now, anyone that knows me know that I have a heart for the youth. Today's society is going through a lot right now. So many young people are being challenged in so many areas. They're being challenged in three primary areas that I see all the time: drugs, gangs, and violence. Those three areas, you have kids that are challenged in the areas of drugs, dealing with drugs, substance abuse, gangs, to join a gang, whether or not to join a gang, and violence. You see it all the time. I represent people that are as young as 9 years old, and I do a lot of juvenile work, and so many young people are suffering in those areas. So after looking at all this and seeing all this and experiencing all this, I knew that we had to have a show to take care of these issues. Now, I know this issue is just too big for one show, so I said, you know what? We need a series. We need to talk to people that have been there, people that have seen these issues. A lot of folks will be like, Tyrell, man, you ain't never been through anything. You never seen anything. Well, we found people that have. We found people that have experienced what it's like to grow up in a drug area. We have experienced, who have experienced what it's like to be in a gang. We have people that know what it's like to have used drugs and smoked weed and smoked crack and been addicted to so many substances. We have found those people, and we brought them here so they can share their real story with a real attorney. So ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight. It's time to lawyer up.
Don't walk. Walk. Do not enter. Hot dogs. Definitely like hot dogs. Motorcycle club. Everything must go. Ghostly ghouls. Don't look at that, Teddy. Body piercing. Ouch.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Welcome to Lawyer Up. We're here today with Mr. Willie Joyner. We have a very exciting show for you today. We're going to talk about a variety of issues. And how are you doing today, Mr. Joyner?
I'm good, Mr. Clemons.
All right. Now, look, one thing we're talking about in this series right now is saving our youth and the issues that the youth are facing. Now, tell us what you do, because, I mean, you have a very first-hand view on what the youth are going through at your job. So what do you do?
Well, presently, I serve as an assistant principal at one of our local high schools here in Pitt County. Okay. And I've been in school leadership for 6 years now on the middle school level and the high school level. So I've seen a lot as it relates to, you know, what our youth are going through and some of the struggles that presently, you know, kind of sort of get them and knock them down, and we have to find ways to get them up.
Okay. Now, if you had to pinpoint a couple of things, a couple of areas that you think are the most troubling for our youth, what areas do you think those will be? I mean, just the...
Well, real easy. One of the first things that stick out to me is fatherless homes. Okay. Very, very, you know, big issue, I think, with a lot of our young men and our young ladies. You know, people just wouldn't even know the number of times I've had young men sit in my office and cry because of the absence of their father. You know, when they get in trouble time after time, you know, again, and I finally, you know, have to sit them down and say, what is going on? And, you know, the cycle just repeats itself. You know, my daddy, I just want my daddy to be present in my life.
So help me out. You think a lot of the issues that you see, sometimes the discipline issues and the other issues in our young people, particularly our young men, it seems to always come back to that one issue, fatherless homes.
I think a lot of times, you know, that's the issue. You know, I think some of it could be, you know, just needing some direction early on.
Right.
You know, those things related to just knowing how to act in social settings, you know, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and just being motivated to want something in their future. And once we get them motivated to want something, then, you know, they kind of sort of get on the right path to do something about it. But I don't believe if they're not motivated, if they can't see a bright future, if they don't see examples in their life of people who have, you know, gone through the struggle but then came out all right. If they don't see these things, I think a lot of times they just tend to follow in the same pattern of what they see. Gotcha.
So, all right, we got fatherless homes, a major issue, a major challenge facing the young people today. What else do you have? What other issues do you currently see as a principal being in that situation of having to impose discipline upon people? What else do you see as a major issue? You got fatherless homes. Are there any other challenges that are just standing out? I mean, the first one you popped out quick. Is there anything else that you kind of see that's going on?
Yeah, and like I said, lack of motivation. Lack of motivation, and that's what you know, a lot of my time is spent doing.
Right. Trying
to figure out how to motivate kids to want something.
Right.
How do we motivate them? So you know, we can talk about, you know, fathers not being there. That's, you know, that's something that we have to change with a generational change. But since that problem exists, how do we motivate them? A lot of them just lack the motivation to be successful.
Wow.
And we have to find ways to make them, you know, want to be educated first.
Right.
Want to be educated, want something in their future. And we have to find ways to just have them understand that what they do today affects their tomorrow.
That's real big.
And when we say their tomorrow, we're not talking about 24 hours from now. We're talking about years from now.
That's real big. I tell you what, Mr. Joyner, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back and we're going to talk about what you have personally done and what you've personally created to help motivate these people, especially those who do not have fathers. So we'll be right back with more Lawyer Up.
Little piggies ready to play. The big pig is Pedro. Pedro Piggy. He's the big piggy.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Welcome back to Lawyer Up. We were here with Mr. Willie Joyner talking about some serious issues of facing our youth. And he has a program that he's developed called HYPE. And he's going to talk to us right now about that great program. So Mr. Joyner, just tell us more about this program that you started to help motivate these young men called HYPE.
Well, HYPE, first of all, stands for Helping Yourself with Pride Through Education.
Say that thing again. I like that.
It stands for Helping Yourself with Pride Through Education.
That's big.
And I created the organization my first year when I went as a teacher. When I started teaching school in 1995. I'm telling my age a little bit.
You don't look like it.
But I taught at a predominantly black school, and a lot of the kids, when I went into the classroom, their focus was not on education.
Right.
And I strongly wanted to give them an incentive to make education important. Okay. I strongly wanted to give them an incentive to look at their future. And those were the two things that really drove me.
So your two bases was just to make them look at their education
and look at their future.
And look at their future.
And look at their future.
That's important.
I wanted them to want to come out of where they were.
Right.
And you know, to want more than what their parents had and be able to provide more for their kids than what they had. And so therefore, you know, I looked at and tried to figure out, you know, how can we motivate these young men to go into the classrooms and learn, you know, and we created the program. I gave it a name, and I wanted it to be something that stood for something that had meaning, and I wanted them to take ownership of it. And, you know, we created the program. We provided college tours. We provided just exposure to certain aspects of life that they hadn't been exposed to.
Wow.
Traveling outside of the city that they were in, and those sorts of things. And you know, I think it was just a really good, successful program during that time. When I came to work for Pitt County Schools, you know, kind of sort of recreated the program here. And we created a Big Brother program along with it, where I had, at the time I was teaching middle school, we aligned our middle school boys to go and do tutoring for elementary age boys.
Wow.
And kind of sort of created a Big Brother program, because that's important for our young men to feel like they are giving back to their community. And when you hold them accountable by letting them know that somebody looks up to you, then I think that gives them the motivation to always do what's best for themselves. Because I got a little brother, you know, that's looking up to me.
Right, right.
So that's kind of sort of the basis of how we got started. And you know, since then, Hype, you know, we've done a lot of things, but I think the most, a lot of people know us as steppers.
Right. Let me touch on that real quick, because when you hear about Hype, especially in this community, the majority of people think of Hype as the step team. And when you just said a mouthful right then, talking about the major reasons why Hype was started. It wasn't even started as a step team the way you just pretty much addressed it, and that's major. What I want to talk about, though, is some of the real stuff and the people that you have actually helped through the Hype organization. You said that you had helped them have an incentive for education and have an incentive for their future. Let's talk about some of the young men that you actually helped through the organization. We're going to talk about the great things that Hype has done, because we know all about a lot of those things. But let's talk about some of the individualistic things, some people that you helped directly through the program of Hype.
Oh yeah, I tell you, we have 20 young men that's a part of our program right now. A high school program, a middle school program. We have 5 of our young men that graduated in 2012 who went on to college. We have a 100% graduation rate with our program. But individually, we have individuals in this program who have gone through struggle from obesity, low self-esteem, to suicidal thoughts. I mean, just from being angry, you know, a lot of things like that. You know, specifically, I can remember times one of our members, you know, stood behind one of the buildings at East Carolina University contemplating killing himself.
Wow.
And, you know, we were out there with him, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, just trying to, you know, give him hope and let him know. And today, I tell you, if you were to talk to him, he'd tell you right now he's going to be a millionaire.
I know that guy.
He has purpose for his life,
right.
And he's happy, and he strives every single day to make his dream come true. And I believe in him. I tell him all the time, if you believe it, I believe it. We support you. Let's go for it.
That's so big, because right now there's so many people that turn to the gang lifestyle, or turn to the street lifestyle, or turn to some type of destructive behavior because they don't feel they have something they can be a part of, or something that will give them purpose, or give them incentive, or give them hope. And it seems like the Hype organization is doing exactly that. Here's a question I have for you, though. Despite all the success that you've had in the past, where do you actually see Hype going in the future? I mean, a lot of it is stepping in. I guess you told your age a while ago, so I'm going to say this. So at some point, stepping is going to be a little more difficult for you.
That's right.
So where do you ultimately see Hype in the future and beyond?
Well, short-term, you know, plans right now, we're going to extend our program. This will be my first official announcement, but we are in the plans right now. We're creating another expansion to Hype, and we're reaching out to elementary age.
Y'all heard it first right
kids.
here. Elementary age kids right here.
Exactly
there you go.
Right. And we're going to call them Hype 3G, and that stands for Hype Third Generation. And because I just believe that the earlier we reach our young men, the more successful we will be at giving them direction and purpose. And you know, the thing is this right here. If we can create a system with our young men where it's just not me holding them accountable, but they're holding them, each other accountable, then they grow up through a system where they learn a lot of positive things as it relates to being a man. We create this cycle so that young men understand what it really means to be a man. What it really means to be a man, to be able to take care of your house, to be able to, if you have babies, to take care of them, to be successful in school, your commitment to your community, your school, your family, you know, all those things, that's what's important.
So, I mean, you have these guys doing more than just stepping, so they're actually doing stuff helping the community. I mean, in there's programs that they do to help give back and things of that nature. I mean, they just recently won a $500 grant talking about how they're going to give back. You're going to see about that a little bit later on, y'all. It's going to be great. But they recently won a $500 grant talking about some of the things that they're going to do if they had the opportunity to give back. But you have a lot of things that they're doing giving back. Chick-fil-A and some other things you got going on. Tell me about that.
That's exactly right. And that's one of the things that we are putting in place is the creation of being able to expand our program through reaching out and getting younger members and young men that we can build a brotherhood and an accountability system with. That's part of what we're going to do with the $500 grant that we just won from Clemons Law Firm.
There you go, brother.
And just continuing to build programs where we can be a support to other young men. My guys know that we have a concept. It says thinking of ourselves today, developing ourselves for tomorrow. Today, we will trust our parents' better judgment, be scholars in our classroom, and serve our community well. Tomorrow, we will be leaders in our homes, productive citizens in our community, making a positive impact on society wherever we go. So everything we do, we believe that confidence is half the battle, and what we do, we got to reach back and grab every little boy that we can possibly put our hands on and bring them along with us and let them share in the success.
That's powerful. Look, we're going to be right back with more Lawyer Up. He's going to tell his story about what you can do, what you can say to motivate some of these young men that can't join the Hype, or they're somewhere else, or the young ladies that are somewhere else. We'll be right back with more Lawyer Up. All the evidence is in. And now it's time for the final arguments of the lawyers. When I hear those words, I feel like a baseball player in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, and I'm up to bat. When I hear those words, I feel like a basketball player with 3 seconds on the clock and the game is on the line. When I hear those words, I feel like a quarterback in the 4th quarter on a game-winning drive, 2 minutes left to go. When I hear those words, I feel like I'm in a championship fight. I need a knockout to win. When I hear those words, there's one thought that goes in my mind. There's one thought that plays over and over again. There's one phrase that I continuously hear. And that phrase is, let's go to work. Welcome back to Lawyer Up. We're here with Mr. Willie Joyner talking about some great things. Here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to look in this camera right here. There's so many young people that were in the same situation as many of your Hype members. They were looking for motivation. They didn't have any hope for the future. I want you to talk to that young man or that young woman and let them know what they can do. Encourage them right now, because you may be someone that can really express something that they need. So right now, the floor is yours.
Well, I would say, first of all, find your passion. Your passion may be basketball. Your passion may be football. Your passion may be baseball, golf. But whatever your passion is, find your passion, but don't neglect the fact that you have to be educated. And also, I would say, surround yourself with people who are headed in the right direction. A lot of times, if you find yourself, just hanging out with people that you know are getting in trouble, making bad decisions for themselves, sometimes you will land, kind of sort of doing the same things that they're doing. But surround yourself with positive people who are headed in the right direction, who want success, and I promise you, you're going to get that same success also.
Well, Mr. Jordan, look, I really appreciate you talking to us. But look, we just got finished talking about that $500. $500 that Hype won. And right now, we're going to show the young men of Hype. We'll be right back.
What's going on, y'all? We are here today for a very special event. We're going to give a $500 check to Hype. Give me something, y'all. I said my brothers. Yeah. My so smooth brothers. What's that you say? We are the so smooth brothers of HYPE. Hey, yo! Hype. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hype right now. You know what? I feel like I ought to do a little something. Since they're a stepping group, they won a competition. I think I need to show them a little something. I ain't stepped in about 55 years, but I'm going to show them a little something. This is what I can do. Hold on. Hold the microphone. Hold the microphone. Okay. Got to stretch, y'all. It's been a long time. All right, let's see what I can do. Y'all ready? This is how transition step go. It's been about 40. No, maybe put an alpha out here. But look, I don't step no more. All I do is get on TV and get the folks that can do it. But I want to meet these guys before y'all do any stepping. Show me, what's your name, son?
AJ Roberts.
AJ.
Anthony Foreman.
Foreman.
Christopher Wallace.
Jalen Dow.
Tyler White.
Kwame Jenkins.
Raekwon Smalls.
We have the young men of Hype. We have them. They're going to do a quick step. Can y'all show me something? Can y'all give us a performance real quick? Y'all line up, show us something real quick. Come on, give me something. Let's go. Live at location at the Clemons Law Firm in Greenville, North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I'm tired of looking at them. But this is what we got to do. We got to bring that advisor out here real quick. Mr. Willie Jordan. Mr. Willie Jordan. I thought he was going to step for a second. I mean, we can still get it. But you know what? This man has brought forth a very, very successful organization. And this organization is called Hype. And what we want to do right now is present him with the $500 check, courtesy of the Clemons Law Firm. Let me get my money. Hold on. Pen. Thank you. All right. And $500 award winner. I'm going to sign it, make it legit. And don't worry about it. You can cash my check at any time. It is good. There's no problem. But we appreciate the things that you have done in the community. And we appreciate these young men. And look, can I get one more of those AOs real quick? Can we get one more of those AOs? AO! Hype! I'm so hyped. Look, we'll be back with more Lawyer Up.
In the game of life, we have many challenges. Sometimes our opponent thinks that they have us beat. Check. Sometimes they think they have us exactly where they want us. But then, we make the right strategic move. Checkmate. Despite how bad the situation may appear, hire a law firm that makes the right move. Now in court, I oftentimes say something kind of like this. You can smoke cigarettes for 15 years, but you're still going to have to deal with cancer. You can quit, you can stop smoking, everything can be over, but you're still going to have to deal with cancer. You have to deal with the bad decisions that you made in life. There's a wise saying that goes, experience is a good teacher, but a fool learns from none other. Today we had real people talking about real issues, real struggles, real challenges that they overcame. They talked about the cancer that they overcame from the choices that they made in their life. There was a song that went that the children are our future. That song is very true. And these people took the time out of their day to make sure they can express to you how not to follow in their footsteps, how not to get cancer, how not to make the bad decisions that they made in their lives. Now, so many young people struggle in these areas of drugs. So many young people struggle in the areas of violence. So many young people struggle in the areas of gangs. And so many people wonder, can it happen? Can I deal with it? Can I fix it? Can I beat this thing? But we have people today through this series that told you and showed you that it can be done. It doesn't matter what situation you find yourself in, you can overcome it. We have real people that did that. I care so much about the youth. I care so much about our future. And these people care so much about you, they do not want you to fall in the trap. If you have a criminal record, if you are a person that is addicted to marijuana, addicted to cocaine, or addicted to anything like that, it will affect your life. They told you that it would affect your life. It affected their lives. If you're in a situation like that, get help. We have people here that will be able to help you. They told you the numbers. You can get help. Our future, the future for myself, the future for my family, the future for my child, the future depends on you. We need to make sure that we are taking care of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the future. So what I want you to do is to make sure that you learn from the mistakes and not following those footsteps. Thank you for tuning in, and watch next time for more Lawyer Up.